Doug Ryan at Ryan & Wood Distillery started off my Gloucester trip with a little history lesson on the craft of distilling spirits. We will check back in with Doug a little later. For now, I gotta keep moving to my next stop. Cape Ann Brewing Company. Cape Ann Brewing Company sits right on the Gloucester waterfront overlooking boats in the harbor. I got a chance to meet up with owner and master brewer Jeremy Goldberg to find out what keeps his business hopping. I am now at Cape Ann Brewing Company in Gloucester, Massachusetts with owner Jeremy Goldberg. Jeremy, thank you for joining me.
No problem, thanks for coming out.
Cape Ann Brewing Company, how'd you come up with that name?
Oh, well, it was tough, you know, coming from where we're at, we figured it would work.
How long have you been on Cape Ann Brewing Company?
We have been in business since May of 2004. We just had our 10th anniversary. Good, exciting 10 years.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Talking about the history, I did brew some home brew many, many years ago, and it came out okay. Well, what is the real difference between brewing it at home, brewing it in a craft style like this?
It's the same process. It's all about the recipe. It's all about cleanliness. I mean, 95% of our job is cleaning, we like to say. What we're able to do here is we're able to be consistent. We're able to really fine-tune our recipes and make sure we're doing what we want to do every time, over and over and over again. Mm-hmm. As far as what you did wrong and what we're doing right is, it's all about recipe. And
right.
Maybe we have better recipes.
I don't think I had the right recipe. I heard that a lot of craft brewers are doing barrel aging now. Can you tell me a little bit about that?
And there's actually a local distillery here in Gloucester, Ryan & Wood, and they're great partners of ours, and we will take whiskey barrels from them, some rum barrels, and age our beer for a prolonged period of time. They pick up those flavors, whether it's wine or whiskey. We'll use that here at the pub for the most part. We have a restaurant here right on premise.
That's awesome. Take me through the process of brewing beer.
Well, beer is, from the very simplest forms, is made from 4 ingredients: malted barley, water, hops, and yeast. And it starts off where you'll take that malted barley, you'll crack the husk, convert all that starch in that barley into sugar at high temperatures. You get a very sweet liquid called wort, W-O-R-T. And we'll transfer over to our kettle. We boil the wort. This is where we're gonna add the hops. Hops gives beer its bitterness, its floral aroma, some of its flavors. Cool it down rapidly and bring it to these standing vessels right behind me called fermenters. This is where the wort meets the yeast and starts becoming beer. Basically, you can make 2 different types of beer. Any beer you've had fits into either the ale or lager category.
Ale is one of the oldest beverages produced by humans, and it dates back to at least the 5th millennium BC, recorded in the written history of ancient Egypt and Mesopotamia. For those of you who don't feel like doing the math, that's 7,000 years of beer. The invention of 2 things, bread and beer, has even been argued by some historians to be responsible for humanity's ability to develop technology and build civilization. That is a lot to put on the shoulders of beer. But beer, like other fermented beverages, didn't always get such a good rap. Enter Prohibition. Prior to Prohibition in 1920, there were thousands of breweries in the United States. But soon after, most went out of business or were converted into other businesses like soft drink manufacturers. Today in America, there has been a resurgence of beer manufacturing on all scales, from local breweries like Cape Ann Brewing Company to Boston's own Sam Adams. It's kind of a 3-part operation. You have the brewing here, the restaurant, and you also have a canning facility, right?
Yeah, that's also something we're really excited about. We just this summer opened up a canning facility. It's right here in town in Gloucester. We were doing it out of state. Very proud to have brought it back, creating jobs here in Gloucester. We've really jumped onto the new trend of cans, which we're finding much better for beer, protects it from light, it's better for the environment, it's easy to transport. It's really just a better product all around.
Cape Ann Brewing Company's canning operation is pretty impressive. Just down the road from the brew pub in a nondescript building, Jeremy's crew processes 100,000 cans of beer every year for shipment across New England and beyond. So even if you're not a local to Gloucester, you can still enjoy some of Cape Ann Brewing Company's best brews. I guess I should have known I wouldn't be getting out of here without earning my keep. But after Jeremy put me to work for a while, I finally got a chance to sit down and taste what Cape Ann Brewing Company is famous for. Jeremy, I really appreciate you letting me into the brewery to help you make some beer. I hope I didn't ruin it for you.
Well, we had to trash the batch, but...
What do we got here?
We have a nice little cross-section of the kind of beers we make here. Start with our Fisherman's Brew. It's our amber lager. It's our flagship.
This is really good.
This is a beer that really goes with pub food. The Pilsner is something that goes well with seafood. Next up is our chili stout. Some of the fun stuff we can do here at the brewery.
Ooh, actually, it is spicy. Wow.
Yeah, it's right in the back of the throat. And then we have our Deadeye Double IPA, a very hoppy, very high in alcohol beer. That's a real crowd pleaser.
You can taste the hops.
Oh yeah, it's very hoppy.
Jeremy, you folks at the Cape Ann Brewing Company do a great job. I really appreciate letting us come in.
Hey, no problem. Thank you very much. Come back again soon.
Cheers.
Cheers.
The Cape Ann Brewing Company has it down. Great beer, awesome food, reasonable prices. How could you go wrong? You guys have been here for 166 years.
Yeah, I'm not looking that bad for being around 166 years.